What existing organizational models or processes enhance or enable our work with routines for reasoning?
So we think of the reasoning routines as being incredibly collaborative for teachers and coaches. Because the routines hold everything steady, and if imagine you're working in a middle school math department and grades 6, 7, and 8 all know a particular routine, then you can get together as either grade level or a full department and work immediately on, say it's connecting representations, what structural thinking looks like, and work together to create a set of representations and work together on how you might annotate it, how kids might make connections or misconnections. If you are a coach, using routines to help teachers develop their teaching practice is, we think, super helpful and an amazing vehicle, because when you're a coach and you're working with teachers, often the night before you're emailed a lesson plan that looks unique, that you've never seen before, that you kind of have to wrap your head around and then get into class the next day. But imagine if all your coaching, or a large part of it, was around a common instructional routine that you all knew. So now you know what the lesson's going to look like, so you don't have to start there when you meet with a teacher in pre-conference. You can get right to the heart of the matter, like how students are going to make sense of the mathematics and what their thinking is going to look like, and what instructional move or strategy the teacher's working on within that routine, and just stick, like, you know, sort of where the mathematical rubber hits the road, like just really dive in there.
And similarly, the teachers who are working with coaches through the routines get to meet with the coach, get to either co-teach or get feedback, or however the coaching structure works for that team. The teacher's then working on something, whatever the something is. So if it's representing student thinking and they're working on annotation, they then do the routine a bunch of times and get to work on that aspect of the routine without the coach. So the learning and the teacher work continues independent of the coach, which is really helpful for teachers, rather than being like a one-time coaching session. I just remember being a coach and working really closely with this teacher, and I felt like her upshot was, next year on lesson 9.3, that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Instead, the routines really provide teachers a repeatable way to practice their profession, which is helpful. In addition, if teachers are in a co-taught classroom, the routines are super helpful. Co-teachers don't always get the amount of planning that they should have. They just have a lot of competing interests, as all teachers. And sometimes co-teachers are pulled to go into another class for a little bit and come back in. If they walk back in and they walk into a routine, they step in and they know what to expect, and they know how to work with the teacher. And because it's routine, really leveraging like 2 pairs of eyes, 2 pairs of ears, 2 sets of hands, and being able to just jump into that fluidity of being in a routine, go in and listen to all the student thinking, and touch base again and say, oh, I heard this over here and I heard this over there. And the co-teacher who may have just stepped in may not know the teacher's specific goal, but knows the teacher wants to hear from all these students. So I can go listen and just say what I heard. And then the teacher has more information to make decisions from. And that's super helpful and really supports a co-teaching